Hey Steve, what do you want?
Hey, what's up, dude?
What's up, man?
How you
What
doing?
do you want? I'm
What?
pretty good.
Oh, I just wanted to chat. Um, a lot of what you said kind of hurt. Not hurt
Wait,
like
what?
made me feel bad, but hurt like made my brain hurt. So I'm just kind of curious.
Oh, okay. Good, good, good.
So you think that? So talk to me. What's your problem? I'm just curious.
No, no, no. You wanted to talk to me.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say to you.
Oh.
But I thought you wanted to talk to me about something.
Oh no, I just wondered if you wanted to elaborate a little bit more on your position. So you think people should never say racial slurs or whatever online, and if they do, it's a horrible thing, or?
No, um, I think anybody should be able to say whatever they want, but I think there's a certain level of discretion that needs to be thrown into the mix when you're broadcasting to up to 9,000 people. Um, Especially whether you like it or not, you do represent a portion of the community. And I know you've heard this argument before, so I'm not going to bore you with it. But I was just curious what you had to say about it.
Well, I mean, if you have you heard me talk on it before? I mean,
Yeah, I've heard you talk about it. Yeah,
I probably don't have anything new to say. Do you think I'm racist?
I don't know.
You don't know if I'm racist or not? Do you think I?
No, you say racist things. I don't
What do
know if
I
you're
say that's racist?
You know what you say.
What? No, I don't.
Really? Okay. Great. That's fine.
I mean, I've said like the N word before, but have I ever said anything and it's made you thought like, wow, like Steven really hates black people? Like he would never say that unless he genuinely didn't like the entire race of everybody that's black.
No, sorry, can you say that again?
Have I ever said anything that's made you think like, wow, Steven really doesn't like black people or African Americans or whatever?
Um,
Or have
Not
you just
really.
heard me say things that have been like, oh wow, that could be perceived as offensive to black people?
Sure. I'm not black.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't say. I can't put myself in the shoes of a black person, but I would never ask anybody um, to be in that situation where they would feel uncomfortable about it. And I definitely wouldn't ask somebody to sponsor me or to support me or to align myself with align with myself if I took the position that you're taking.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. Where do you
Okay.
well, perfect sense in that I completely understand but still disagree with what you're saying. Where do
Sure,
you
that's fine.
where do you draw the line? Like what about like rape? Do you think that word should be used?
You're asking the wrong person. I'm personally not offended by it, but I can see how other people would be offended by it.
So you think
Again,
if somebody
it comes down to discretion, and it comes down to how you want to be perceived by the community.
Okay. Well, if somebody uses the word rape often, do you think that they should pursue sponsorships from a company?
It really depends. I think it depends on the ethics of the company. But my what my prerogative is just to bring the issue to the forefront.
What's the issue?
Your illicit use of the N-word. That's the issue.
But why
I think-
not why not the rape word or why not murder? Why does it have to be the N word specifically? Or what about other
I mean, I understand why you're asking the question, but you're creating a straw man. I've never taken the position where I think that you should not use the word rape.
Okay. Well,
never-
I'm not so much creating a straw man so much as I'm looking for inconsistencies in what you're saying. I don't know why you would take effect with me saying nigger but not saying rape or murder or snipe or nuke or any other potentially offensive term that some group of people could take issue with. I don't know why you singled out just one word. That's my only question. That's what I'm trying to reconcile in my head.
I think
right now.
that everybody can agree that the N-word is by far the most inflammatory
Okay,
and
but-
unnecessary word that you can use in
But
English.
that's not true, and we both know that. There are plenty of black comedians that use the word. If you watch any black comedy, whatever Chris Tucker movie, they're going to use the N-word a lot. Do you think when they use it there, they think it's inflammatory?
Well, what a lot of African American scholars have said about the matter is that it's about the rhythm and it's about the way in which you use the word. When you're using it
Okay, hold on. I agree with that. I agree with that. So do you think it has
Sure.
to do maybe more with the context?
I'm not talking
of
about
this?
context. I'm
You're not
talking about
okay. You're
context.
not talking about context.
No.
Can you elaborate on the differences between context and the rhythm of how you use the word?
Right. It's cultural. It's cultural. And again, I can't really articulate that point because I'm not black. So, and I don't hold that position necessarily. I'm kind of playing devil's advocate. I'm just,
Okay, if you're not black, then why did you get so offended?
well, I'm not so much offended by your use of the word, but the way that you defend it. You're basically saying, if you don't like it, you don't have to listen to me, or you don't have to tune into my stream. And to create that rift and to just say you're either with us or against us,
Well,
there's no...
you kind of
it's-
are, aren't you?
can't-
You're
Yeah,
either
so
for it or against it.
No, well, I think there can be some middle ground that can be reached. Like, if you were to say, you know what, I'm the rodeo clown of the Starcraft community. I'm just going to say whatever comes to off the top of my mind, and you can like it or you can leave. You can say that. You can take that position, but you're saying you're trying to justify it.
Yeah.
trying to justify
That's because I'm not a rodeo clown. Some people think it is, but I like to think that most of my positions are a little more well thought out than that. If I would respect somebody much less for being a rodeo clown than for doing something that I disagreed with, but having a good reason to disagree with it. For example, for somebody that's pro-choice, I would respect somebody. I'm personally pro-life, but I would respect somebody that's pro-choice more than somebody who's pro-life just because they're religious. If that makes sense.
Well, can we go off on a tangent for just 1 second?
Okay.
On that. Okay, so I think that personally, I'm pro-choice simply for I'm not pro-abortion, but just to give you an idea where I'm coming from, I think that if you criminalize abortions, women are going to find another way to
Maybe.
abort.
Okay.
They're going to resort to back alley abortions like they do in South America.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. This is getting into way something different. Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, that's just my empirical,
Okay, so
thought.
here's the problem that I don't understand. Okay, what am I accomplishing that's hurtful to people when I use the N-word?
I'm sorry?
What am I doing that's hurting people when I use the N-word? Because obviously you're taking effect with this because what I'm doing is harmful in some way. How is it harmful to people when I use the N-word?
Okay, sorry, I'm sick, so I'm
No,
having
that's
a hard time. What I'm worried about is just I'm worried about people, like, not having an issue with it, because I think it just goes to show that I think that reflects poorly on the community.
Sorry, hold on 1 second. What are you making
Okay.
for?
I'm almost out of gas. It's $20.
You want pizza?
Oh, somebody owes me $20. Almost out of gas.
If you crash my car, I would literally kill you. I would literally. Okay. I would probably kill your sister too. I would lure her over here. I would text her from your phone and I would kill her too. Okay? Where's my keys at? Future in front of her. Alright, hello?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Okay. Sorry, go ahead. What was the last thing you said?
I don't remember. We were talking about the abortion issue, but I was saying.
I said, how is it harmful? Okay, yeah, and you said
that it just the way that it reflects upon the community, and that might be petty, but when you bring sponsorship into the mix, and you're asking companies to, pour money into the esports scene, it might make it difficult for new sponsors to hop on board and for just the whole scene to expand when the community takes I'm trying to find a way to articulate this, sorry, supports controversial issues like saying the N-word or the R word or whatever, and for that to be a part of the esport vernacular, I think is might scare away people who would otherwise not be a part of the esport scene.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's actually 100% valid. That's actually a really good point too. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'll just say this: I don't think. I mean, obviously, you have every right to say whatever you want. I'm not trying to say that you should censor yourself. Like In Control did, I think he said that you should censor yourself, but just own up to it.
Whoa. First of all, I do own up to everything I say. That's why I defend my speech instead of shying away from it. Right?
Yeah, no, and I think it's a good thing that you're even having this conversation with me. That's a good thing.
Here's like the big line that I draw. Okay, I stream and I reach kind of a large audience, depending on what you consider large. And I have the opportunity to, via my stream, share some personal views and beliefs that I have. Okay. I will never in my entire life cater to something that I think is stupid as part of a popularity contest, because when you relegate ideas to what's politically correct, I think that everything that you stand for and believe in means absolutely nothing. Does that make sense? If I wanted to tone down everything I'm saying so that some sponsors or whatever might agree with it, then everything I say becomes worthless because I've just become hollow and stupid like every other big figure that's trying to appeal to sponsors. And I would never... What?
I disagree with that. I mean, you can be a professional, right? You can separate your personal beliefs with business, and your business is entertaining people and not alienating people.
Okay, but here's the problem I have with censoring my language. If I were to ask 10,000 people that have watched my stream if they've heard me say the word nigger or spick or whatever, probably most of them have heard me say it at least once, okay? If I were to ask those same 10,000 people how many of them thought I was racist, I seriously doubt that more than 15 or 20 of them would say that I'm racist. So I think if you ask those 10,000 people, would it bother you if I stopped using those words? How many people would stop tuning in? Probably none, but that's stupid.
Zero.
But then I'd be... I mean, how many people would it bother if I'd stop using the word and... Or if I stopped using the letter Z, like I'm like that. That's not how things work.
But
what?
But that's irrelevant, and you know it.
Well, yeah, but so I was saying the N word and whatever. That's irrelevant. Like I'm not. How many people would it not offend if I didn't do something like that? That's silly. I'm not gonna look at it like that. I mean,
right. What you're saying is, I don't care who it offends. I'm gonna use the word anyways.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, because I don't think people should find just the word offensive.
Fine, but do not expect, or you should come to expect a little bit of blowback.
That's totally fine.
If you're going to use inflammatory language, you're going to expect some blowback.
My goal would be, at the end of the day, I guess, to maybe have one or two people reconsider their view than to appeal to 100 or 200 more people that I have no desire to ever intellectually appeal to, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't want to pick up a whole bunch of people that like to watch somebody or whatever, or in the back of their mind are like, I'm going to watch this guy just because he doesn't use quote-unquote inflammatory language, rather than maybe have somebody else say, oh, wow, just because somebody says a word doesn't necessarily make it, racist or the worst thing in the world. I think that there are worse, like, racial issues in life to worry about than whether or not some guy on his stream...
Why even make it an issue?
Because it is an issue. Because
why would you insert your personal beliefs into and taint the whole...
Because it's my stream. Because it's my stream. It's part of who I am.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have to. If I just wanted to do Starcraft, I could. But I mean, I have the chance to maybe make a couple people think a little bit differently before it. So, or like maybe to change a couple people's minds. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a little too.
So what are you trying to change people's minds into? What are you trying to make people think?
In terms of language, I think that it should be impossible.
And why is this such a big issue with you?
Because it has to do with intellectual integrity. For somebody to say that they take offense with something I said that has nothing to do with the message and everything to do with the word I used to convey the message, completely ignores the message, and I think is really, I don't know, intellectually dishonest or depraved. I don't know, it just seems really dumb. It would be like giving you $100 in a black wallet and saying that that's worth more than $100 in a blue wallet. Like, it doesn't matter how you deliver the message. What matters is the message you're trying to deliver. You know, I don't think that people should take effect with certain words. It's possible for me to be incredibly racist without ever using the N-word, and it's possible for me to say completely non-racial things while using the N-word. So why?
Yeah.
So why is the choice of words an issue at all? It doesn't make any sense at all to me. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but you're ignoring the fact that simply using the word, hearing that word come out of a white person's mouth, it hurts people.
Okay, by building a mosque near the 9/11 centers, they're near the 9/11, like where the towers went down, offends a lot of religious people in the United States. Do you think that they shouldn't exercise their religious freedom just because it's going to offend a bunch of people? It's the worst argument I've ever heard in my life for not doing something, is just because somebody might take offense to something you say.
Well, that's about religious freedom.
Okay,
I mean,
what about
that's
homosexuals that want to get
different
married?
issue. That's not free speech.
It is free
Well,
speech.
Yeah.
What about homosexuals that want to get married and how religious people think that it's an affront to the institution of marriage?
But you're talking about human rights.
Free speech could arguably be a right.
And
I mean, it's on a
civil-
much lesser scale, but
You talk. I fail to see the comparison. I'm sorry.
the comparison is you're telling me not to do something just because it might offend somebody.
I'm not telling you to do anything.
Well, but you're saying it's a bad... Well, but arguing the ethics of it, you don't think somebody should use the N-word because it might offend somebody.
I think that it would be a bad choice. I'm not saying that what you should do and what you shouldn't do.
So then I would tell you that getting married if you're gay is a bad choice because that could offend somebody, or building a mosque near where the World Trade Centers went down is a bad idea because you might offend... There's tons of stuff you can do that might offend somebody, but I think you should look at the actual action itself, or the actual message itself, before you decide whether or not it should be offensive. I think that the people that get offended by somebody's choice of wordage probably aren't people that you should ever look to appeal to anyway. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but it definitely makes sense. But I come back to, I'm not telling you what to do. And I frankly, I don't care.
Well, you do care.
No, I don't.
Oh.
What I care about is the fact that you're defending your position in the way that you are.
So
and you're not trying to find any middle ground.
So you would be more happy if I were just toss words around like that and I didn't defend my position? And I was just like, oh, I was just saying it because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. But, like I said, inflammatory language, it only divides people. It only, it doesn't make
It only
you friends.
divides stupid people. And I have no desire to ever appeal to those people anyway. Like I said, I can say incredibly racist things without ever using a racial slur. And I can say somewhat funny things while using racial slurs. So why would you make the racial slur the decisive point on whether or not you're going to get offended? It doesn't compute in my brain. I don't understand that.
Again, I'm not black. I can't tell you how a black person would think or feel if they heard that word come out of a white person's mouth. But I guarantee you, it's not going to be a good feeling.
You just said you can't tell me how they're going to feel, but now you just guaranteed me that they would feel bad. I think some black people probably do get offended. I think that some black people are probably indifferent to it. I mean, I'm sure it varies from person to person. Black peoples are individuals too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But I would also say, I don't have any data in front of me, and I don't think you can really quantify this, but I'd say a majority of black people would get offended, or at the very least, have their feelings hurt if, a white person says the N-word. That's just the way that I feel, and I think that's pretty spot on.
You think that if there were 100 black people watching my stream and they're like just goofing off and we're all bonding over the fact that we're nerds and I'm playing a game and it's like fucking nigger marauder just fucking destroyed my whole base and I just fucking go off on like that, you think all 100 of them would be like, holy shit, did he just say the N-word? You really think that would be the reaction that most of them would have? Like they would all get offended and they'd be really shocked? Or do you think that they would just it would just brush over them because it's just a random exclamatory word that's pretty much been much the same way that fag or rape or those words have been kind of relegated to comedic relief almost.
Yeah, I would say from my experience that a lot of them would get offended, and they would at least bring it up.
How
And they'd
what's
probably
your
say, "I don't like it. I don't like it when you use that word." But I mean, there's no way for us to quantify that. There's no way for me to prove that it's kind of irrelevant. But that's the way that I think. I definitely think that a majority of them would get offended.
Huh. Okay. I
And
I don't think
there's probably no way that I can,
no, it'd be
prove that
hard.
to
I
you.
could put up a poll, but a whole bunch of white people would vote, and actually any
Yeah.
poll that I would take would be distorted because I'm sure that black people who are offended probably don't watch me because in case I said that word, so it would be dumb anyway. Okay. Well, I mean, with what I do in terms of streaming, and sometimes I talk and rant to people, I mean, I'd like to have some people share my ideas, because I believe in my ideas quite a bit, because I think about them quite a bit, and I feel very strongly about language and thinking about what people are saying instead of just harping over individual words. And I think that the thought that harping over individual words to completely overshadow like somebody's message is really anti-intellectual, so I'll probably continue to do what I do, and I'm sorry, I guess, if that offends people.
Right. I mean, but you're basically saying that, and I said this before, that you're just going to continue using the word and you don't care who it offends.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean that's completely fine if you want to take that
Okay.
that stance. And again, I have not told you once what you should do or what you shouldn't do, or what you should say or what you shouldn't say.
Okay.
And yeah, can I ask you something Starcraft related?
Sure, why not?
Okay, so you're having trouble with the Archon toilet.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so like, how hard is it to actually like put a bunch of banelings into the toilet, or to actually neural parasite the mothership?
Neuroparasiting the mothership's impossible because the vortex outranges it and the infester will get sniped every time. It should. And putting a bunch of banelings in is hard because the banelings are very vulnerable to Colossus fire or any Archon fire before they actually make it into the toilet.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. All right. Anyways, it was nice talking to you.
Yep. All right. Have fun.
All right, later.
What's up, buddy?
Wow, why you ignore me? What the fuck?
What do you want? What the fuck?
I wanted to go into conversation. It seemed like a really intellectual conversation between two
No,
great minds
No, it
of
wasn't. It wasn't.
future. It was. Hold up, let me pause your stream.
Oh. Okay.
Also, I wanted to correct you on one thing that you said.
Uh-oh, what's that?
I would say about half of the people that watch you are completely stupid, so you do appeal to stupid people.
Oh, no, that's possible, sure.
If not 80%.
I mean, when I lose games, I feel like 90%.
90%. Okay, we're agreeing on 90% then.
Yeah.
Second of all, I'm black, and I wanted to tell you that I do not get offended when you use the N word.
Oh, okay.
So, props to you for being a racist piece of shit.
Okay.
Okay, what you doing, QXG Destiny?
Just chilling.
Okay. See that guy? Can I ban people in your stream?
No, that's why everybody lost mod. I was going to unban everybody. It's fucking annoying.
Who?
What?
Who unbans everybody?
I have to unban everybody. That's why I fucking unmodded all my fucking mods.
You unmodded me?
I unmodded everybody.
No, you didn't unmod me. And you better not fucking unmod me, motherfucker.
I have to unmod everybody.
Okay, I'm still a mod.
Okay.
Don't unmod me.
Okay, I'm not touching it.
Hey, you wanna play a game?
What game do you want to play?
Whatever, I'll rape you, nigger.
I don't know.
Mm-mm-mm.
When you do late game ZVP against somebody that Archon toilets every single game,
RSVP?
Inca.
Inca. Um, I'm not sure. Argon Toilet's tough,
Yeah,
but
it makes me never want to make Broodlords ever.
I mean, if you're well, you can spray your Broodlords once you have a good amount.
Yeah,
and
but
also,
if you spread them too much, then Blink Stalkers fuck you, and then Archon Toilet will just cut your army in half.
sure, but I mean, what do you die to? Do you die to like the counter? I mean, you should have like 20,000 spine crawlers afterwards, right?
I mean, I don't make them, but I could afford it. Why
Okay.
20? How would that help against 6 Colossus?
Well, I feel like your economy is usually pretty low in your games.
No,
Um,
I dude, my ZVP is totally different. I play 80 drones now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but
So yeah, if you split the map, just make 1,000 spine crawlers as you're going to your whatever army composition you want to get.
so what? Do you play defensively then with Broodlords and shit, or?
Yeah, you have to. And then I mean, if you're gonna ever attack, then you can like split or the spine crawlers will buy you time to remax off of something.
Huh.
Know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like if they're like super heavy on colossi and maybe carriers or a mothership, you can like remax on corruptors, and that's your best bet.
Okay.
I mean, Protoss 200 is obviously better than Circ 200, even though most people don't know how to max out on Protoss.
Yeah, Inca plays every game like he's not looking to ever attack until he's on like 4 bases, and he's always got like 6 Archons, 6 Void Rays, 6 Colossus, Mothership, and tons of Blink
Yeah,
Stalkers.
it's really annoying.
It's the gayest
Yeah, he
fucking
should
shit
get
in the
stormed
world.
too.
Yeah, he does. Well,
Yeah, it's
he hasn't in my games, but I guess I haven't gotten stuff that can be storm. He just does. Dude, there's so much AoE. Oh my god. Like fucking Archons, Colossus. Jesus Christ.
yeah, it's pretty annoying. I don't know. RSVP kind of plays like that, but he gets like a bunch of carriers and shit too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's definitely tough, but I don't know. You want to play?
Not really. I hate this game right now. I'm gonna get raped in
Why?
MLG. Because I'm gonna get raped.
Oh. Well, you want to play so you don't get raped by a Zerg?
My ZVZ is unbeatable.
Except for the fact that you've never beat me in the last 20,000 games.
Pretty sure I beat you the last time we played, actually.
Pretty sure you did not.
I did. I was on a Smurf.
Oh, really? What was your Smurf?
RGN Slush.
Nice try, but I beat that Smurf last time we played, I think.
Oh, okay. We'll
Probably
play.
not,
We'll play
I'm
tomorrow.
not sure.
Okay.
Last time I played Slash, I think we like I won 2 and he won 2 on the ladder.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about what we did.
That's what we did.
Yeah. Well, I'll play tomorrow. I'm all gamed out today because I just got raped in like too many games and I feel bad now.
You're going to bed now?
I'll goof off. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I actually can't play. Anyways, my mouse broke.
Oh shit! Well, I was just gonna ask if you wanted to play. Actually, I changed my mind.
Okay, let's play. I mean, it's not broken. We can play. Go.
I don't know. I'm really tired.
No, let's go. Let's do it.
No, I'm kidding. No, fuck you. I'm done for the night. Fuck Starcraft.
Are you serious? That's really offensive to lie to people.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I'm
You
sorry.
can't just go saying shit just because.
Okay, we'll play tomorrow. Okay.
Feel me?
I feel
No.
you.
No, thank you.
Okay, we'll play the day after tomorrow. We'll play in 3
Okay.
days at MLG. Okay.
Okay, faggot. See you,
Okay.
nigger.
I love you. Bye.
Okay.